So Stuart, we're here today to talk about sustainability and how Pexhurst have been progressing the sustainability approach.
So I think that the journey for us probably started a little while ago in terms of sustainability and what we do as a company. Probably started back when we started looking at ISO accreditations and environmental accreditations, and then really has moved on from there. As a business, as you'd imagine, we do lots of different things in terms of sustainability and what we can provide to clients. I think it starts with things, things like BREEAM and the fact that we've adopted this smart waste system, which we're running internally, which tracks all of our waste streams and just allows us, if we're on a BREEAM scheme for a client, that allows us to track all of the waste that comes off and then feeds directly into the BREEAM accreditation. And then really there are much bigger pieces of work, such as the move to net carbon zero, which at the moment we're looking into as a business. There's a little bit of work there to do because obviously the first part of that is to set a baseline for the business and work out where we are in terms of our carbon footprint, and then the next step is to start looking at how we can reduce that over the coming months and years, and then set an actual target date for becoming net carbon zero.
Yeah, I know we are seeing a bit more of a higher demand on site waste management plans as well. Mm-hmm. We are needing to do that, clients are requesting it. So it's very high on the agenda.
What we have seen is clients reintroduce those site waste management plans and waste streaming back into their tenders with the smart waste system, because we're able to track waste irrespective now of any project that comes through the door, whether it asks for a site waste management plan or not. We are providing one to all of our clients across all of our projects. So it's a blanket for us really across the business that if you place a project with Pexhurst, you will get a site waste management plan produced by Smart Waste.
I think our supply chain are buying into that as well. I know they're providing all the necessary data, which is good as well. So
yeah, we're very lucky. We've got a good base of suppliers that, as I say, have really embraced what we're trying to do in terms of sustainability. So yeah,
excellent.
So I think internally in the offices, obviously we've taken a number of steps to make sure that we try and be as sustainable as possible. Probably started with the introduction of the PV panels up on the roof. So a proportion of our electricity usage now comes self-generated from the PV panels. And interestingly, I think we use about 92% of the power that we generate during the day in the business during the day, which is quite unusual. Normally it's a lot lower than that. If you had PV panels at home, it would be a lot lower.
Yeah, that's really good.
And then outside, even our fleet, we've looked at electric vehicles. So we've got a number of electric vehicles now on the fleet of company cars. We've got chargers which are here at the office, and obviously the long-term view is to roll that out when we can across the fleet, so that we've got vans that are on the road that are fully electric.
We just need those vans to get that slightly longer range, don't we?
Yeah, a little bit longer range. Yeah, and maybe the price to come down a bit, and then we'll be all right.
I am seeing a lot of projects, a lot of tenders come through the door, and EV chargers are really high on the agenda there. So there's a lot more EV chargers coming into the tender process as well. Yeah,
I think that's where we've seen the client change. Clients have probably adopted the PV panels as the first part of their sustainability journey, and they're now into EV chargers, in industrial settings, and now some of them have taken that next step further forward, and they're looking at rainwater harvesting and energy efficiencies and those sorts of things. But I think that's the journey that we're all going on together, our clients and the business here.
Yeah. So do you think a sustainable future is actually achievable?
I think the answer is it depends on what you mean by a sustainable future. I think at the moment what we're seeing in the industry is that different clients think of sustainability in different ways, and there's a lot of dilution at the moment in the industry, a little bit like there was with health and safety a few years ago, where there are lots of different schemes and bodies run by different companies with different agendas. So I think that needs to cement itself and be a little bit more coherent. And once we get to that point, I think, yeah, there's no reason why we couldn't get to a point in the future where we're building sustainably with no carbon usage, and we're locking those sorts of things in. So the short answer, I guess, is yes, but it's going to need a lot of work from everybody involved and a lot of buy-in from clients to corral it all into one cohesive strategy, I think.
Yeah. It will happen over time, won't it? But it's going to take time.
Yeah, but it is moving. You know, some of our clients are driving very hard towards it. Others are a little slower in the uptake. But I think the market will make sure that everybody moves in the same direction, because ultimately, you know, if you've got a building and it's empty and you're appealing to a tenant, that's where you're going to be able to say, actually, we've got, you know, paint on the walls that can clean the air, and we've got these sustainable features, and actually our building is net carbon zero, and actually we've got all of these savings, so it's not going to cost you as much to run the building. All of those things will appeal to the market, and that's ultimately, it comes down to money, I think.
Yeah.